So, hello and good morning, everyone. We are the Magnificent Seven, but right now we are six. But anyway, six is even better. We'll start now with our presentation. We have come up with like a gamut of solutions. It's not just one solution, but certain solutions that we came up with that we think can be combined in an efficient manner to come up with an even significant change. Can we move to the slides, please? No.
There you go. Point the computer.
So, the vision we started with is to get greener, but how do we get to there? One of the solutions that we came up with is how to deal with garbage. We already know that Sweden is one of the best countries in the world when dealing with garbage, but no or less garbage is even better than recycled garbage. Uh, so what we thought is like to inculcate newer habits into people to waste even less. We have come up with waste bins which will have sensors in them, and you will have a app on your phone through which you can scan every time you're depositing waste, so you can keep track of your waste. When you keep track when you keep track of your waste, what happens is that you can make more conscious decisions every time you are going to throw waste, when you can actually quantify how much waste you are producing. At the same time, we will have, if for restaurants and catering services, e-service or a web service where they can be rated against how much food they waste. Because even though we produce less waste, the problem of food waste is very big in Western countries, especially in Sweden. According to the government, approximately each household wastes 4,000 to 5,000 SEK every year in food wastage. When we are talking about food facilities, in supermarkets, 91% of the food that is wasted is unnecessary waste. That means it is food that could have been recovered and could have been eaten. So when the food facilities like restaurants, catering services, and supermarkets are rated on the basis of how much waste they are producing, it will enable the consumers to make an informed decision. And this will, and through the consumers, that will put pressure on the food producers or suppliers to be more greener.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about changing a little about the people's attitude. So that was one of the main focus when it came to their presentation, when it comes to Uppsala municipality. And then we tried to change the biking attitude of the people. So I guess like many of you have been like out in the city trying to rent a bike, but it's super, super boring. I mean, those bikes, like nobody likes them. Usually, I mean, you know, they're hard to bike or like they're boring. So we thought about changing the fleet and have like cool bikes and engaging more and more people, you know, see it like a game. So what about having like BMX bikes or mountain bikes and target different groups? And since one of the problems is the crowd in the bus during the morning, then you could get out some of the teenagers who go every day to school and making that a game. So in order to engage them to rent the bikes and have like BMXs, you need to create a route and bypass like the bus lanes. And so in order to do that, you need to have like checkpoints. So they have to pass through certain checkpoints, and that's actually the game. However, that's going to be boring after like 2 or 3 months, so that's not enough. So in order to create a whole attitude around it, you need to create an event. So why not have like the Uppsala as the hotspot of this kind of you know, gaming and biking, and attract sponsors like every year, let's say June. It doesn't have to be like a high season, so you have like extra income. So I'm not gonna get into details because it's we're pretty strict on time. Yeah. So I mean that's the whole idea, making the whole thing a game and then having yourself like ranked. So you become like, you can kind of have a profile that you increase, and that was the main idea before as well. So moving next, no, there, whatever. Yeah, what we wanted to do next is take it a step further when it comes to transportation and be able to carry our bikes like on the means of transport, like the buses. I guess like many of you know the idea of carpooling, but carpooling is actually something between people, but why not have some profit? So why not have carpooling in the hands of the municipality? So I'm just highlighting the main ideas. And last but not least is the smart metering when it comes to buildings. So when you can forecast like your load, your electricity load, then you can have like more efficient power generation, and that could have, of course, a lower carbon footprint in the end. So I mean, I'm willing to explain a little more about that because it was very brief. The explanation, it was just highlighting the ideas. But questions are welcome, of course. So that's all by us, and thank you very much.